Good morning, YouTube world. Welcome to In the Kitchen with Tally Faye. Hope everybody's having a good day today. It's beautiful here. Beautiful sunshine and everything, but it's cold. And y'all know I like that, right? Still getting to wear my sweatshirts. I'm wearing them as long as I can. It's getting close to the end of winter and I won't be able to be wearing my sweatshirts anymore, y'all. But any-oh-ho, it's a beautiful day here in Iola. This morning, the first recipe I'm going to work on is it's a walnut bread. It's not a pecan one, but it's a walnut banana bread, right? And it's got cream cheese filling in the center of it. So we're going to work on that and see how that comes out together. But it's a walnut banana bread with cream cheese filling. So I've got everything all lined up and ready, and best I can anyway. Got my oven preheated on 350. We're going to preheat it on 350. Make sure it's preheated. That's important. So we're going to get started with the first part of this thing. Let me put it right there, I think is good. Okay. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to beat this together. It is a stick of melted butter. See, I got it melted in my little bowl here. And it's cooled off, y'all. You know, I don't have it hot there. But anyway, it's one stick of melted butter. 1 cup of, let's see, what am I going to make? Let me see if I put this together. Oh, okay. First things first, the butter. And then I need 3/4 of a cup of sugar, regular granulated sugar. And then I have, on my milk, I have 1/4 of a cup of whole milk here, okay? And then I'm gonna put in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're going to add this in. I think this beats in with it. Yes, our egg and our egg yolk, we do 1 whole egg and then 1 egg yolk, okay? So I'll go ahead, crack 1 egg in there. And then I'm going to separate this egg. Let me put that out of the way. Just get your yolk out of there. That's all you're wanting on the second part, okay? 1 yolk. So it's 1 whole egg and 1 yolk, okay? Now all this goes in our big bowl together. I'll go ahead and put my butter in there. My sugar. My milk. My egg. And my 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Done. Okay? So we're going to beat this up together. Turn it on slow so I won't make a mess. Y'all know that's coming before this video is over, isn't it? I'm going to make a mess somehow. Make sure that's beat up together good. So the next thing we're going to do is you have to mash up. It calls for 3 bananas, y'all, but I had the smaller ones. See, it's you know, these aren't the big ones. They're the kind of smaller ones like. So I put 4 in there. So you kind of gauge your bananas, you know, on it. I just went ahead and put 4 because these are little. But see, these are just right for eating for these recipes. See the freckle thing going on it? Let me see. There you go. You can kind of see that. They're just right on it. They're not too dark, not too green. Okay. That's mixed up good. So we have our bananas mashed up and ready, okay? And I have 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts. Chop them up kind of, you don't want them chopped up little bitty in the little pieces, but you don't want half, you know, big chunks of it. So just try to find you a happy medium there and get you a good 1/2 cup of your chopped walnuts for this recipe. Okay, we've got our nuts chopped and our bananas are smashed. Let's see. We've got this blended. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we have 1 cup of flour, all-purpose flour, y'all. And it calls for a teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. But I've told y'all this before, I use the self-rising flour. It makes it so much easier I've got a cup of self-rising flour. I don't need the baking soda and I don't need the salt. It's already in here, okay? So for these baking recipes, that self-rising flour is just awesome to have on the side. So anyway, we've got a cup of flour here, okay? 1 cup of flour. If you don't have the self-rising, you're going to need a teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Sift it in there, or just whisk it in there a little bit, and then you'll be ready. So we're going to dump this flour into our wet bowl here. Turn that on slowly and let that start mixing. We're going to get this combined. Let's see, when do we put in our, oh, okay. Let me get this combined, and we're going to fold in our bananas and our nuts. You really don't want to beat this to death, right? I just kind of got it stirred in there. And I'm going to finish combining it. See, it's almost combined, but there's still a little flour left in there. I'm just going to stir it with my spatula because I don't want to, you know, just whip it too much. All right. In goes our bananas. And stir them in there. Just get it combined good. Get them all incorporated in there. And now my 1/2 cup of my nuts. And we have our batter for our walnut banana bread with the cream cheese filling. Okay. I'm going to set this off over here for a minute. Get that out of my way. Now, I have 4 ounces of cream cheese. And I've had it setting out. I'm going to pull it apart a little bit. You need to set it out and let it be kind of getting at room temperature where you can manage it a little bit, right? So I'm going to tear that up a little bit so it'll hopefully work a little better there. So I have 1/2 block of cream cheese, 4 ounces, right? And now I need 1 more whole egg. Put my egg in there. Okay. And I need 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. That's going in there. And 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Done. There we are with that. Now I got to get this beat up together in here. I'm going to get it creamy. Let me get this beat up and I'll come right back on. Okay, so now I've got it all whisked together and creamy, see? It's just makes a cream like. So I have my 9x5 loaf pan here, and it's just sprayed. I don't have the flour on it or whatever. I don't know what that hurt, but anyway, it's just sprayed. Okay, so I've got it sprayed, and what we're gonna do is take 1/2 of our batter here. Give it 1 more stir. Y'all, it smells good. It always does though, don't it? Any kind of banana bread smells good. So alright, I'm gonna eyeball this and guess at half of it there. Okay. Now I take my cream cheese cream, and I'm just going to pour it in here on top of this. Now I'm just going to kind of spread it out in there because it's thin. Okay. Now I take the second half of my batter and we're going to pour this in there. Looks to me like it's going to bake around it, not just in it. I'm not going to stir it. I'm just going to leave it like that, y'all. Maybe that batter's just going to bake all up around it. Either way, I bet it's delicious, right? Okay, there's that. Now, we're going to put it in the oven. Like I say, it's on 350, and we're going to put this booger in there for 50 to 60 minutes is what it calls for. 50 to 60 minutes. Or with your toothpick test, checking it, you know. So when it starts getting where you're smelling it cooking and stuff, you know, gets along the way there, you know, about 40, 45 minutes into it, I'd check it with my toothpick just to see where it's at, you know. So anyway, we'll do that and we'll come back and see how this lovely walnut banana bread with cream cheese filling comes out. See y'all after a while. Alrighty, y'all. It took, in my oven, it took 65 minutes for it to get where I wanted it to. I checked it at 45 minutes, and obviously it still had plenty of banana bread dough on there, on the knife. And I used a butter knife. Instead of trying to do a toothpick when you're trying to check these loaves, you know, I just use a butter knife, and that way you can really tell it, you know, and the knife can go in deep enough and everything. To me, it checks it better. But anyway, when I did it at 45, I started doing it 5 minutes at a time after that, my timer, just so I would be, you know, just right on it and everything. And 65 minutes was my time for my oven. And it turned out beautifully, y'all. Or I think it did. Look at this thing. Look, I got it on the rack. It's been cooling. Can you see it? Look. Look at that. And see, and I was wondering about the cream cheese. See, that's a pocket of cream cheese, and you see it there. And there's a pocket of it. So I don't know how they got it to be just in the middle. But I'm here to tell you that I bet I ain't going to have no problem with that bite of toasted cream cheese filling right there. I kind of think I may like it even better like this than it just being the little gooey thing in the middle, right? So we're fixing to cut us a slice. I've been waiting for it to cool so I could slice it and see. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, how neat. Look, y'all. Look at that. I'm excited. Oh, I'm excited. I'm going to cut a slice, one more slice, not just off of the end. Just to see Oh my goodness. This is awesome, y'all. Look at that. Okay. Ooh, and it's still warm. I'm just going to do it with my fingers. I don't need a fork. Look at this. Oh, and it's all moist and everything. I am dying to get a bite of that cream cheese with it and stuff. I want to see. Here we go. Mmm. Mmm. See the little cream cheese spot right there? And this is just right on the sweetness thing. You know how banana bread, you don't want it really sweet. It's a bread, it's not a cake, right? So that 3/4 cup of sugar in there makes your bread just right. And then it's got the 2 tablespoons of sugar in your cream. Oh, I'm so excited about how it worked out on the... I can't quit eating it now. Oh my goodness. Look, y'all, that's awesome. I am tickled with it. It's lovely. We've got one for the books, y'all. This is so good. It's walnut banana bread with cream cheese. And I ain't gonna call it a cream cheese filling because how about we call it a cream cheese swirl? Because it's just swirled in there in different places, right? I think that's what I'll put on there when I get this posted on my link here. Walnut banana bread with the cream cheese swirl. Okay, I'll quit eating. That's delicious, y'all. Y'all have got to try this recipe. And it really was easy. There wasn't nothing to it. Especially if you get everything all lined out and ready. And then when you start putting it together, it just falls together. 350. 65 minutes for me at 350. Give it a try, y'all. I want y'all to try this one. Okay? Y'all try it and let me know. Let me know what you think. I want to know. I want to know if somebody else thinks it's as delicious as I think it is. You know? And it's definitely, I don't see how this wouldn't be a winner. I just can't quit eating it. It's delicious, y'all. I love you guys. Y'all try this recipe. And I'll see you next time in the kitchen with Tally Faye.